Hello and welcome back to more Vintage Cube Draft. This is a weird pack, but we got some good cards in here. We got Psychic Frog, Gristlebrand, Pest Infestation, and Uro. I Treasure Cruise is also good. I don't love taking it early, especially in this cube, but I guess Surveillance do make Treasure Cruise a little bit better than it used to be. Because the main appeal of Treasure Cruise is in Constructed, you can just exile your fetch lands to draw a bunch of cards. But if you go fetch for a Surveil and bottom it, or put it in the graveyard, that's quite a bit of cards into your bin for a Treasure Cruise, or your graveyard. Sorry, it's called Bin in Algomancy. So that's the card game I'm working on. That's why I say that sometimes. I kind of want to take Pest Infestation. It's just a really strong card. If you're trying to maximize win rate, something like Phyrexian Revoker could be better because they have a similar function, but this is colorless. This just has a higher ceiling. So for having fun and things like that, I think we just take the higher ceiling card. Mother of Runes is really good. I like that a lot. I'm actually really pretty low on Stoneforge Mystic. I don't think Stoneforge for Batterskull is that good. And if you're going to take equipment, I think I saw that they cut all of the swords, which I'm super excited about because those cards were terrible. And I'm like excited to not have to defend why they're bad to people. Now they're just not in the cube. I don't have to worry about it. I could take Nadu. I don't know exactly what combos Nadu has, but it's just a really strong card, and there probably are some. Titania also, I just love that gameplay style with fetches and things like that. So I could see going that direction. You know what? Let's just take a Titania. Stay solely green and keep it open. No. I love Coveted Jewel way too much. I don't think that's where we're going to be. Whenever land you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield. So that does not work with Boseiju. I could take Elvish Mystic. Hogak is interesting, but I think we're a little bit a ways away from that. I'm just going to take the Elf because it lets me turn to Pest Infestation. Boseiju is great. You can discard it and then get it back with Titania as part of the combo, but I think just the on-color Elf. Well, there's Strip Mine. Oh, and Exploration. If Exploration and or Renin 6 comes around, I'll be very happy, but you got to take Strip Mine before you take the other cards. There's a pretty low chance they wheel, but if they do, I will be happy. There's Zurin Orb. Zurin Orb Titania is actually good. Like, you just play Zurin Orb, play Titania, get 6 5/5s at their end step, or 5/3s. That's pretty good. So I will actually take it pretty highly here. And if we get Fast Bond or something like that, I'll be pretty happy. Normally, I don't take this card very highly, but this particular interaction, hey, we're doing it. No, wait, there's Nissa too. This particular interaction is quite strong. I I mean, I gotta take this. Taiga would be great, and Nissu Who Shakes the World I still think is one of the best green cards, but being able to play fast or strip mine from your graveyard is something I'm here for. Natural Order. Honestly, just Natural Order for Titania in this deck could be what we're trying to do. Keen-Eyed Curator is fine, but I'll take the Natural Order. That is like one of the biggest signals to other players that green is open. So if I take it, I can avoid that problem. Bristly Bill, you know, if I'm doing fast bond things, he can get really big. Tropical Island also lets me splash things like the Treasure Cruise if it comes around. But, I'm trying to think what blue cards. I guess Nadu would be a card I would play in this deck. Bristly Boot, he's fine. He's not particularly incredible. I think I'm just going to take Tropical Island. Oh, Bristly Bill Nadu is the combo, right? Yeah, you play land, put the counter on Nadu. Yeah. Nadu didn't come around. I guess that could be expected. I will take an Uro though, just getting additional land drops is where we want to be, and this is where I wish I had taken the Tropical Island. That's okay though. Witherbloom Command can kill stuff. Yeah, I guess I'll take a Witherbloom Command. I'm not doing much else. There's Boseiju. I think the next pack is where I'm hoping to wheel stuff, and I don't think they will. I could pivot and take a Toxic Deluge, but that doesn't really mesh with the rest of the deck. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, we do get Exploration to come around, which I do like. Unfortunately, Overgrown Tomb is something I would like in the deck too. Ugh, so I guess someone just took Ren in 6, but I did get sorry, I'll take Survival of the Fittest. I don't think I'm playing that card, but I don't think I'm playing any of these cards. Mind Collapse is actually kind of funny with Titania, but again, probably not playing that. Yeah, I do have Exploration plus what is effectively Crucible of Worlds. So not too mad about that. I am missing out on quite a few of the cheap green creatures. There's a Mox Pearl, which helps with Pest Infestation, Bristly Bill, Titania, Natural Order. Knight of the Reliquary is also tempting, but that card usually comes around, so I guess the plan is take Mox Pearl, wheel Knight of the Reliquary. Because this deck likes the activation of Knight, and it also likes finding Strip Mine. Both seem pretty good. Then there's this pack. We can take Karakas to protect Titania. I can take a Generous Ent to help with our mana in the future and give me a late game play. This guy cannot Cascade in Titania, and hitting Mox Pearl or Zern Orb would be a little bit sad. Yeah, this pack's not great for us. Asika's Chariot makes 2 green cats, and you make a copy of tokens. I mean, that one is just a good card. So if I need a win condition, right? If I'm like strip mining them out, this does just help me win the game. So I guess I'll take it. Deathrite Shaman, I like quite a bit. Ulvenwald Oddity is also okay, but I think the Deathrite is better to take early, and then maybe one of these will probably come around, but I'll take the Deathrite. Recurring Nightmare. Okay, someone said 4 oils counters. So basically you get 4 turns and then you lose the game. It is a 4 mana 6/6 that drains opponents. I could try and splash a Fable. Recurring Nightmare so far is not particularly good. I'll take Sentinel of the Nameless City. This card reads like a really bad card, but every time I play against it, it's attacking me for 6 on turn 2 or something like that. So it does synergize with things like Exploration. There's an Ignoble Hierarch, another cheap mana dork that can help me with Natural Order. Missing out on Commercial District, but I don't have any red cards that I'm trying to play just yet. Or Expedition Map can grab Strip Mine. Or Boseiju. Right now I only have one way to recur Strip Mine. And only one important land, really. So I think I just take the Hierarch. Witherbloom Command. I guess Witherbloom Command can also recur Strip Mine. So maybe I should consider that. Okay. I normally don't take these cards, but Thespian Stage is looking a little bit interesting. Insidious Fungus is also interesting, but you know, if we find a Dark Depths, I'll find it. I'm missing out on Once Upon a Time, which is a card that's actually pretty good here. I could just take Once Upon a Time. I was like, oh, it's bad, whatever, but it can grab Strip Mine or Thalia or Titania, so yeah, I'm just gonna take that. I'm not particularly excited about the idea of just speculating on grabbing a Dark Depth somewhere in Pack 2. Although Thespian Stage can copy Strip Mine, which is interesting. I have right now quite a few good turn 1 plays. Endurance is an interesting win condition. I could take another elf. If I get like a Skull Clamp, I'll be pretty happy about this. I'll just take the elf. Ursine Monstrosity. Mill a card and choose an opponent at random. So they attack if able, and +1/+1 for each card type among cards in your graveyard. Probably. So you play this, it enters, you gain 3 life, draw a card. If it dies, you get another 6/6, gain 3 life, draw a card. I guess Lightning Greaves Nadu is the combo that I should have been looking out for, because this is equip 0, basically Shuko. I mean, I guess I'll take Vaultborn Tyrant. That's a natural order target. Knight of the Reliquary, yes. So I need to grab some white fixing. Let's hope that Generous Ent can help us out there. There's our Ulvenwald Oddity. So we got some stuff going on. I don't think we're Omnathing, but it's like it does synergize with what we're doing. I just don't think it's what I want. I could take Commercial District and Yavimaya, Insidious Fungus. I don't think I need Yavimaya. Let's take the Fungus. Okay, the deck is going okay. I need some fixing. Wow, we wheeled Endurance. That's a good sign for pack 3. We can pick up the mediocre green cards that nobody else wants. So these are like the suspicious splash cards right now. Honestly, as weird as it sounds, Knight of the Reliquary is probably the best out of all of them for this deck. Okay, we've got... This pack's terrible for us, I think. When it enters or attacks, create a tapped colors land token named everywhere. I mean, that's just acceleration, but we don't necessarily need that. Could take Birds of Paradise. I'm just gonna have so many mana and dorks. And Natural Order. Yeah, I mean, a bunch of mana elves and Natural Order is not a terrible recipe. Arwen. Uh, Remove an indestructible. No, it seems bad. I can get Green Sun Zenith. That actually goes pretty well with the deck. Turn 1, I can get cheap stuff. I can also find Titania. Yeah, pretty happy about Green Sun Zenith here. Satyr Wayfinder is also something I'm interested in, but I'll take this card. Skull Clamp. Okay. Normally I don't love Skull Clamp in these decks, but I mean, this one, we have Pest Infestation too. Yeah, I'm gonna take Skull Clamp. Sorry, Nissa Lotus Cobra. Wait. That's so crazy. I click on it and it selects the other one? What is... Alright. Skull Clamp it is. Torsten makes 7 1/1s, puts creatures into our hand. Creature or lands. Yeah, I like that a lot actually. Yeah, that's a good natural order target. I'll do that. I want a green-white duel if I can. Oh, World Spine Worm. Yeah, that's a good one. I can natural order for a World Spine Worm. Submit that. Okay. This makes tokens, right? Whenever it or another creature with mana value 4 greater dies, make 2 tokens. I can Skull Clamp the tokens. Yes, I will take that. There's Channel, there's 6, there's Shifting Woodland. Mill 3 cards, you can put a land, and I can play non-land permanent cards from my graveyard with Retrace. I like that. Channel is not particularly great in this deck. I can channel Green Sun Zenith or something. Shifting Woodland is interesting. What can I copy? Most of my stuff is good, like enter the battlefield effects. I think 6 is just so strong that I'm going to take it. And in this pack, Swamp Mountain Forest. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get any green-white fixing. So we could end up just mono green if the mana doesn't work out. If I find black fixing, I actually... Now, Entomb for Strip Mine is bad because I only have one card that lets me get it. I'll take Zatara's Proving Ground, I guess. I can cycle it. And then this pack, not very good for us. Oliphant can grab it, basically just a green land. I don't actually have any red cards I'm trying to cast, so I'll take a Fanatic. It does give me a lot of mana at least. Satyr Wayfinder. It's fine. Like, if I had Hogak, I would be more excited about it. I could take Loranda the Third Path for more sideboard, but I have Boseiju. I'll just take the Wayfinder and be not super excited about it. Nissa Ascended Animist, though, I'm pretty interested in. This card, I can play it early and it kills people pretty fast. So, Jace the Mind Sculptor going strangely late. I know people say he's bad. He's definitely worse than he used to be, but that doesn't make him bad. I'm not playing him, though, so... Sneak Attack, Savine's Reclamation, just CMC 3 or less. I'll take Sneak. I don't think I'm doing that. Factor Fiction. Alpha Deathclaw. Dude, this card is good. I don't know how to tell people that. Okay, so my fixing is non-existent. I don't think I can afford Uro or Witherbloom Command. Knight of the Reliquary... I can play off Deathrite Shaman or Birds of Paradise. I guess Ignoble Hierarch gives me black fixing if I want to play the Deathclaw instead. So it's really, do I want Knight and Torsten, who I have no fixing for, or do I want Alpha Deathclaw and Witherbloom Command that I do have one piece of fixing for? Although Mox Pearl is white. It's kind of white fixing because I'm going to play it anyway, and it taps for white. So it's really like this is free black fixing, this is free white fixing. So the only additional one is Ignoble Hierarch, as far as I can tell. Oh, and Generous End could get black mana that way. I mean, I'm going to play this just so I can activate Deathrite Shaman. I'm going to look at this deck for a bit and come back with the finished list. Okay, so here's what I'm fighting with for the deck. I have sort of two modes that I can go for. There's the Zeranorb Titania Exploration Strip Mine mode, or I could just focus all in on being a good mono green aggro, cut Exploration, cut Zeranorb, cut the walk-in closet, and maybe even cut Titania. And then with those cuts, I could just play good cards like Endurance, stuff like that. Still play Strip Mine, but not have any crazy combos with it. And that's where I guess I could play Sylvan Safekeeper instead of Zuran Orb. And that's a creature that I can Green Sun Zenith for, and I can natural order it away, so it's not that big of a deal, but this protects my creatures. Actually, I like that a lot. That's kind of cool. Because it's not just a dead draw, like it's a creature I can Skull Clamp. So I'm actually pretty happy about this pickup, because that I just need a way to sack lands for Titania, and that's a cool combo. So this currently is going to run 16 land with a bunch of elves and Once Upon a Time. That feels okay, especially when one of those lands is Strip Mine. I guess the question is, do I want Exploration and or Walk-in Closet? Because now I am running Titania and a way to sacrifice lands. Maybe I run Walk-in Closet but not Exploration. The problem is this card does essentially nothing unless I draw Strip Mine. I think I don't run it. And with Endurance, I think I just run a bunch of forests. 15 lands, 16 with a Mox Pearl. Sylvan Safekeeper can sacrifice stuff to protect Titania. Yeah, actually, this is really sick. Okay, I'm happy with this deck. The only thing I could run is maybe a Deathrite Shaman, but I think all the other cards are kind of better. Bristly Bill, I'm not in love with. He's okay with Fanatic of Ronus if I can grow something up to 4 power, but I don't have that much like land combos. I'm playing a pretty low land count, so maybe I just run Deathrite Shaman instead, and I run Zatara's Proving Ground so I can activate the Deathrite to drain my opponent. I also have Birds of Paradise and Ignoble Hierarch for black mana. Okay. I'll try it like this. Seawall, round 1. Alright, we're playing against a Bond villain. Told our opponent good luck, have fun. We're on the draw. We don't have any 1-drops. But Fanatic of Ronus into Chaldea Guardian is pretty interesting. We have Natural Order. I'm going to keep this hand. We do need to draw either a land or ideally an elf on turn 1. My opponent did mulligan and they took the tropical island that I passed. Just kidding, they're not in the same draft pod. Okay, well, we didn't hit a 1-drop. I have like 6 of them, maybe 7. Guide of Souls. Ooh, Guide of Souls in the green deck seems pretty good actually. Well, we're playing the same deck and they're just drawing better. Pest Infestation looking a little embarrassing here. I did draw 1 land, so next turn I can play Chaldea Guardian. Unfortunately, I have to tap the Fanatic to do that. I could also just natural order for Worldspine Worm, but they cannot kill my Fanatic with that, I don't think, unless I block. So let's take 2. I can't block it as Menace. There's a forest. Okay, so here's what I can do. I can blitz this in and then natural order it away after combat. Let me read what blitz does. If you cast a spell for his blitz toss, it gains haste, and when this creature dies, draw a card, sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. So we can blitz this into play. Attack for 4, because this should now add a bunch of mana. And then I tap this for a ton of mana, cast Natural Order. We get tokens. This died. No, come on, dude. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we drew what we were gonna natural order for. So now I have to get something much worse. Come on, man. Yeah, I guess Volborn Tyrant. That sucks so much. Go ahead. Whenever another creature you control with power 4 or greater enters. At least I have a ton of mana, as long as Fanatic of Ronus lives. So they can make more Guide of Souls if they have lands, which they do. Really could go for a 15-15 trample right now. My opponent's gonna start making a bunch of flyers. But actually I can just double block the Broadside Bombardiers. So we could be in business here. I also 8, 9, 10, 11, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. We're a little bit far away from hardcasting Worldspine Worm, but not as far as one might expect. Oh, they could just give this flying. Okay. I take 4 in the air, and then they can kill... No, they still can't kill my Fanatic, I don't think, which is really good. Birds of Paradise. Okay, so we have some decisions to make. They have 2 cards in hand. I probably need to kill this thing. So let's go Forest. How much mana do I have? 8. So I can play Nissa and make a giant creature to do Vaultborn Tyrant stuff. Can I play Nissa and Pest Infestation is the question. Probably. So this would be 5, and then I'll have 3 left over to Pest Infestation. I would lose a bit of life doing that. And I think Nissa would just die if I played her. But I'm trying to get more stuff with power 4 greater to enter. And this, even if I do it completed once, it comes in with 5 loyalty. If I do it twice, it comes in with 3 and goes up to 4, which would activate it. And if they attack Nissa, I'm gaining life that way too. So I actually think that's fine. Play Nissa, paying some life. Uptick Nissa. Draw a card, gain life. Draw a forest. We get to Pest Infestation this thing. And we can attack them with Vaultborn Tyrant. Because they don't really have great attacks. Yeah, I'll do that. So they can kill Nissa if they attack it with Broadside Bombardiers. It wouldn't be great, but I do effectively gain life if they do that. That's not good. So they can throw the Chariot to do a lot of stuff. They also gain a ton of Guide of Souls triggers. But if they don't kill Nissa, I can exile the Chariot. They do kill Nissa, that makes sense. No blocks. It's unfortunate that this has Menace, otherwise I could like flash it Endurance and block it. What's really unfortunate is that I drew World Spine Worm. They would just be dead right now. And they don't boast. When this attacks, create a token that's a copy of target token you control. So they're going to gain 2 life a turn, roughly, and they can crew the Chariot to block as well, so they can eat this, but... Wait, this becomes an artifact? What? This card is so weird, dude. My opponent said Bono the Edge, etc. I literally don't know what that means. Sylvan Safekeeper. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 8, 9, and this is 11 mana. Okay, let's play Once Upon a Time. Titania is pretty good here. Go ahead and play Sylvan Safekeeper. Sacrifice land, target creature you control gains Shroud until end of turn. Let's give this dude Shroud. Then we'll play Titania. Let's draw a card first before the forest comes into play. And I'm going to gain so much life here. So we do that, we do this. I get to go Fungus. And Birds of Paradise. And I can basically sack all my land to gain 3 life and draw a card for each land that I sacrifice. So I don't want Vaultborn Tyrant to die, so I'm not going to attack with it. I can attack with the Phyrexian Horror token, because they don't have incredible blocks. This is just a 4/4, and this is just when it attacks. Right, if I attack with this, they can just kill it. Although, honestly, I could just sack all my lands now. I don't see how they stop that from doing stuff. And if they want to block with the Chariot, 1, 2, 3, 4, like, that's great for me too. So I will attack like this. They take it. Great. And they're probably just dead? Yeah, this is so much better than Zuran Orb here. It's like a creature that can block. We can Skull Clamp it. They kept a card on top, which is never a good sign. Hopefully they just don't know how this synergy interacts. I mean, they're going to gain a bunch of life. They're going to make a big flyer. They can boast and try and kill stuff, but I can give Titania and Vaultborn Tyrant Shroud here. So that's pretty relevant. But they kept it on top, so they have to think it wins them the game here. They crew the Chariot. You got it. Okay. Creatures target player controls can't block this turn. I actually don't need to block. Little do they know. So I guess we just get them to swing out and think they win, and then I'm going to gain 15 life. I don't think they could do that much damage. This card is pretty absurd. Okay, so we're gonna attempt to. I mean, they can boast. We'll just let this happen. They're tapped out. They're just literally dead here. Unless the math is wrong and they're doing a ton of damage, and I don't think they are. They also stacked the triggers wrong, I think. Oh, they could have also made a copy of Guide of Souls because it's a token. Okay, we'll just do this now. So you gain Shroud. Gain life, draw a card. And I could just keep targeting the elemental, so she gains Shroud. Cool. Okay. I was like, you're super dead here. Green white creatures. Yeah, let's just run it back. Oh, actually, I'm gonna make a swap this for a basic forest. My opponent's taking forever to sideboard, so I'm gonna make the swap for the basic forest. I'm on the draw, and they don't have that many spells that I've seen. So like me activating Deathrite Shaman for black is just not gonna come up, and I think me just hitting a tapped land is gonna be much more likely to cause problems. So yeah, we'll run it like that. Well, we have the combo. This hand is not great, but it's got all the mana to cast a Titania and a Sylvan Safekeeper and make 4 5/3s. Not terrible. But mostly I'm keeping this on the back of turn 1 birds. We have a lot of 3 and 4 drops that are great when you can cast them on turns 2 and 3. My opponent has the same start as last time. I stole their Birds of Paradise this time. They took a bunch of time sideboarding. It seemed like they were just going to do something. Pest Infestation. That's one of those good turn 2 plays if they have Esika's Chariot or something. Our deck seems similar, but my mana is better, so I'm excited about my deck a little bit more. Sylvan Caryatid. Yep, so did they miss a land drop? No. Okay, never mind, their mana's great, they have all the colors they need. And they surveil land to the graveyard, I think. I keep wanting to say bin. I'm sorry. Go play Algomancy. Then you'll understand. So I guess, fun fact, the reason why I chose bin for Algomancy is literally just because it's shorter. Like less letters or words. Because the text box in Magic cards, you can see like there's so much stuff that's just very wordy. And when you say, return something from the bin instead of graveyard, you can save a whole line of text. If you say it 2 or 3 times on a card, you could save 2 or 3 lines of text on a card. And that adds up a lot. No attacks there. I'm not really doing much. I need this Pest Infestation to be good. Esika's Chariot. That's not good. That's really bad. Yeah, okay, their deck is just all the broken cards from recent history. Yeah, if that was Esika's Chariot, I'm in business. Minsc and Boo is so hard for this deck to beat. I don't even think Titania can beat it. And their mana is actually decent. They have a lot of fetches and stuff. And they kept on top. Jeez. Alright, take 4. Next turn they can deal 4 and draw 4, or I don't even know. Let's go Deathrite Shaman. Here's the problem. I think I just have to Pest Infestation to get something in play, but the fact that they kept on top makes me feel like they're just going to Esika's Chariot. I think I just have to do this, though. And I'm not blocking, so we will attack Minsc and Boo. Oh my gosh. Okay. Jeez. They're just playing all the broken cube cards in one deck. Yikes. I don't know how this is beatable. I don't know why they didn't attack with Boo. Okay, this is actually potentially beatable. I'm not saying it's great, but we can kill this. Just trading Deathrite Shaman. Next turn I can make a bunch of 5/3s. They don't currently have a way to gain life. Fnatic of Rhonas. If it had haste, would be so sick. There's not a whole lot of reason to do the Sylvan Safekeeper thing. Let's just play Titania. And pass. I can make 4 5/3s. Is that enough? I'm literally just dead in the air, aren't I? Yes, I am. Okay. They just have to attack. I'll just concede. Yeah, their deck's ridiculous. Just, yeah, those are all the cards that I have gripes with in the cube. Othari is unbeatable. Minsc&Boo, unbeatable. And you don't... I know it's just my design philosophy and not everyone plays the game the way that I want to play it, but all of those cards, you just cast them and then they win you the game. You don't really have to plan, if that makes sense. Like Titania and Sylvan Safekeeper, this is really strong, but it requires some planning. You have to do a thing to enable this card. That game, I cast her, she was a 5/3 and I died. She wasn't like Othara, you cast it, flying, make a 2/2, sacrifice it to draw 8 cards, you know? I'm on the play though, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's my gripe about Modern Magic. This hand seems alright. I'll keep this. Their mana's a little suspicious, so Strip Mine's definitely tempting. We have Pest Infestation too. Let's go Forest, Skull Clamp. Anyway, if you want a game that doesn't have that type of thing, just look at Algomancy. It's all very synergy based, and I hope they don't have a turn 1 play. Birds of Paradise, okay. The question is it still worth strip mining, or do I get down Fanatic? Because I guess the play is to ramp. I think I get down Fanatic here. It's unfortunate I didn't draw a 1-drop. Because they can't Minsc and Boo this turn. Lotus Cobra. Oh my gosh. Okay, well. They just have all the fixing. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm glad I didn't strip mine, because their deck is sweet. There's a natural order. Okay. Interesting. I could natural order and strip mine. That's pretty good. No, I can't. Let's go. Is there any reason to do anything else here? I don't know how much better I can get than just a 15/15 trample, and they didn't show any exile-based removal. So we'll see what happens. This, yeah. The next turn I can strip mine and or Pest Infestation. And again, natural order, another card. This card I don't love the design of, but you still do have to have some synergy, right? You have to build your deck to have a top end and then cheap creatures. They shock into Steam Vents. Oh, interesting. Okay, they're going to make copies of Headliner Scarlet that has haste. Or so they thought. This doesn't have haste when you eternalize it, does it? No. Okay, so I think the play is to just Pest Infestation plus Strip Mine, probably. Strip Mine there. Yeah, we did it! Take that, Minsc and Boo. See you all round 2. All right, we're playing against Shinobi69. Let's go first. And keeps his hand. Wow, this is a good hand. Where were these hands last game? I mean, I drew pretty well. Let's draw before I cast Once Upon a Time, right? I could just do this anytime. I really don't like this card because it's kind of just cumbersome to resolve, but well, we missed out on Natural Order. I'm not going to cast a Worldspine Worm. I don't necessarily need more land, so I guess I will take this Fungus or Endurance. I like putting Skull Clamp on the Fungus. Let's go with that. Play Mystic. Turn 2, I'll probably just play the Sentinel. Get bin to land. Ooh, Vaultborn Tyrant. Well, now I kind of wish I had kept the land instead of the Fungus. Because I can go this turn. I guess I can explore on my upkeep. But I could go Ignoble Hierarch, Fungus, and Skull Clamp. But then I'm not really, like, attacking them. This attacks for a bunch of damage. They Thought Scour themselves. Okay, so they're playing Storm, it looks like, or Reanimator, one of the two. So, glad I played Sentinel, and we're just going to try and accelerate out and kill them as fast as possible. Because I don't really have interaction besides Strip Mine. Did they change the templating? Map tokens say sacrifice this artifact, but Insidious Fungus says sacrifice Insidious Fungus. Interesting. The main phase Thought Scours have been interesting. Maybe they're trying to hit a land, but they put a land on the bottom, so I don't know. Okay, we draw a forest. Let's play a Hierarch. And attack. Well, let's do this first. I get a land, so I can play the land. I think I would like to explore again, so let's attack them. You only explores the sorcery? Oh, that's good to know. They take 4. Let's go Fungus and Skull Clamp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can just hardcast Vaultborn Tyrant next turn. Okay, they have Black Lotus. Well, I think they're just going for it. We'll see if we die. I will F6. Occult Epiphany. Not the best start. Draw 3, then discard 3. They can make some spirits. This card's really sweet, by the way. The artwork's also really nice. I wonder what's the most spirits you can get for the least amount of mana. They discard Gristlebrand. Okay, so they are like a reanimation something deck. Shallow Grave. Flash. Archon of Cruelty. Whoa, okay. Interesting. I think the fungus is the least important. And the forest. And then they shallow grave the Archon. Just play a Psychic Frog. Okay. Okay. We draw a land. So very weird turn. They don't have an reanimation spell as far as I could tell. Let's just go forest. 6 for a Vaultborn Tyrant. He costs 7? Bro! That's not cool. Okay. Well, in that case, let's do this. The revealed card in your graveyard. I will keep a Mox Pearl on top. Let's attack with Exalted. Although, honestly, because I'm drawing Mox Pearl, I'm just gonna Skull Clamp this Elvish Mystic. Because I draw Mox and something else. There's the Mox, play the Mox. Then I get to attack with Sentinel. And the nice thing is I get to explore and see if I want to draw what's on top. Let's do this. Deathrite Shaman. So I put you into my graveyard. It can stop reanimation stuff, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will bin that. I want something better. And I guess I will just equip Skull Clamp here, which maybe I should have done before combat. Very weird turn from our opponent. They give it flying so they can hit me. I take 3? I mean, I guess their best bet is to race, but this will gain me some life, which will be nice. So, like, I could have kept Deathrite Shaman. I guess if I was really concerned, I could have Skull Clamped the Hierarch to draw the Deathrite Shaman, and then I would be able to exile their graveyard. But if they didn't have a way to reanimate stuff last turn, I think just making sure I can play the card in my hand that just kills them might make more sense. But I guess that is an avenue I should have thought about, just killing the Hierarch to draw a card. They're discarding a Hull Breacher to put counters on him after combat. Interesting. Harvester of Misery. Oh, I see. Okay, so we lose our Hierarch. Bit unfortunate. Very interesting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I still can't cast Vaultborn Tyrant, and they can just trade off here. But I do get to draw 2 cards, so I will take that trade. Sort of regret Skull Clamping it, because I'd rather keep the creature in play, but I think that's fine. They could also just take the damage. Okay. They know I have a 7-drop in hand too, I think, because I telegraphed it pretty hard. Put the real card in your graveyard. Let's say no. Play land. Pass turn. This card costing 7 makes it a lot worse than I thought it was. Maybe I am supposed to graveyard Titania. Honestly, I was just kind of thinking that she like gains life off Vaultborn Tyrant. Animate dead, Archon of Cruelty. Okay, so not great. Sacrifice a creature. Discard a card. Lose life. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm supposed to... No, they would have killed it with their other thing anyway. Am I just dead? I'm just dead to flyers right now. I mean, I can make a bunch of tokens, but they give Psychic Frog flying. Archon of Cruelty is eat in the air, and I just die to that. I can make a bunch of dudes, though. Yeah, I just died to 8 in the air. Vaultborn Tyrant gains 3. And actually, I might be able to survive. I play him. If they don't remember that Harvester of Misery has Menace, I might be able to survive. Because I can play him. He gains 3, I go up to 12. Archon of Cruelty, I sacrifice him. He comes back. I gain 3 more. So I basically take no damage from that. So that's... this can do 5, 10. I go to 2. But then I have no way to kill them. I I think that's my best bet. Titania, just I'm dead to an immediate attack. This, maybe they mess up somehow. Boseiju. You know, if I had skull clamped my Sylvan Safekeeper, I could have Boseiju the animate dead. Yeah, here I'm relying on them not remembering that I have Menace. Which is a tall ask. Just don't attack with the Harvester. No! Oh, hey! We did it. Okay, so we sack this. Yeah, Sylvan Safekeeper Titania actually just beats Archon of Cruelty, I think. And I don't think I died to damage here. Oh my gosh, they're emptying their hand. Okay. Am I gonna win this? I'm gonna gain a ton of life here. I mean, they need to have literally nothing, but I'm gonna gain 8 life or something. Literally everything had to go perfect, and it did. They didn't attack with this, which would have killed me. They're Vampiric Tutoring after they Psychic Frog. They don't have a card draw as far as I can tell. Please, please let me win this. Don't have a card draw. Frantic Search. Yikes. Okay, so they can probably just grab a counterspell here. But I can Strip Mine to stop them from having double blue. I have 1 card in hand. Phyrexian Metamorph. Archon of Cruelty. No! Maybe they picked the wrong one. Dang it. Oh, I was so close. They had to make like 3 mistakes in a row, and they did 2 mistakes in a row. Oh, okay. Endurance, good against Reanimator. And I think the rest of the deck is good. Wow, that was so close! I just wanted to gain 15 life and create 25 power. Is that too much? Oh, and draw 5 cards. Is that too much to ask? Alright, let's do this. Go first. I mean, yeah, we'll keep this. It's a lot of lands, and I guess the decision I have to make is, do I Green Sun Zenith for something turn 1? Yes. I'm gonna get the Slime. I don't quite have enough mana to Skull Clamp, actually. If I Green Suns for the Slime costs 2 mana to sacrifice, and I can't Skull Clamp and sacrifice at the same time. So I think for now, I'm just gonna play... What do I want to play? Just Skull Clamp and pass. That way, if they do something, or if I draw something, I can Green Sun Zenith for something else. It's a little bit slower, but my hand doesn't have any payoff, so like Green Suns for Mana Elf would normally be the play, but I don't have something to accelerate into. And if I just draw another land, I'm just going to get the Slime, I think. Oh, okay. I will just play the Sentinel. That seems like a reasonable thing to do here. Pass turn. Now I almost want a Green Sun Zenith for the dude who adds a bunch of mana. They kept on top, which is never a good sign. Dude, Black Lotus again? Okay. Psychic Frog. This card is really busted. Show and Tell. Yikes. I'm gonna get Archon, I think. I'm gonna put the Proving Ground into play. What is this? If you card you didn't control will be put into opponent's graveyard, exile it. So it's just a 9/9 flying lifelink. Oddly enough, I might be able to beat that. That's super risky for them. If I just put in Worldspine Worm, like, the game sort of ends. Pest Infestation. This isn't an enchantment. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 mana to Green Sun Zenith with, or Pest Infestation. I don't have Crater Hoof, so that doesn't work. It is lifelink, so I can't really beat it that way. What can I possibly get? I guess my best bet is to just Pest Infestation for 3 and start Skull Clamping. And just try and hit Natural Order. Whenever... Pay light... What the heck? I didn't even read this. That's insane. What? You could just play stuff? Okay, that card is ridiculous. Fortunately, this card doesn't work for them. And Natural Order also won't work for them. So let's clamp one of these. I am to die just very quickly in the air. And draw a Strip Mine. I mean, that's something. Let's map token on Sentinel. Insidious Fungus. What do you do? Artifact enchantment or draw cards and put lands into play. I don't think that really gets me out of it because they're just gonna get the fungus and then kill my stuff. But oh my gosh. If I do that, they could just get it and kill my skull clamp. So I guess I have to say no. Right? They could just pay 1 life. This card is insane. What the heck? So if I bin this, they exile it, they pay 1 life, and then 2 mana kills my skull clamp. Maybe that's fine. Maybe we just have to do that. Because if they're spending their whole turn just killing a skull clamp, it's not the end of the world. I already drew 2 cards. Maybe it was just supposed to clamp the pest again. What does this flip into? Other creatures you control get +1/+1 have trample and haste. Okay. Yeah, they're just gonna kill my stuff. Okay, we are point dead. So they could just play this now, this card. What the heck? Interestingly, they didn't use the fungus, so I can still skull clamp here. Uninterestingly, that's my only green card left for natural order. So what's the best draw? Titania? By Titania, I can strip mine, play Titania, re-strip mine, and I'll get a 5/3. Yeah, Titania is probably the best draw. I can Green Sun Zenith for her, but then I wouldn't have a land. Like, I couldn't do the strip mine stuff because it would be tapped. Oh, also, if I strip mine, they get it, so that also doesn't work. They gave it flying. Okay. Well, I guess I should read the new cards. There's just so much text on all of them that it's like, literally, what is any of this? Okay, so Titania doesn't work for that reason. Birds of Paradise can chump block. Problem is this costs 7 to activate? Yeah. Okay, let's Skull Clamp the Pest. We'll start there. I think it's pretty much natural order or bust. Once Upon a Time. I can Green Sun Zenith for that Blitz card. But I'm kind of just dead in the air, I think. So I have to play birds. I think I don't know. I'm probably just dead. This card's pretty hard to beat. I can do this. I can Green Sun Zenith. Let's Once Upon a Time. Boseiju doesn't do anything. I can Elvish Mystic. I mean, Voltborn Tyrant is a card that I need in play to win, but I'm just dead before that happens. I would like to be able to play my Elvish Mystic, please. Okay, it's lagging. I clamp the Mystic and I die. We'll just pass turn. Maybe it stays alive and I can gain mana and chump block with Birds of Paradise. But I think they're just going to play the thing that gives everything -2/-2. Oh, they get my Once Upon it. This card feels really bad. Like, just anything I play, they get. I mean, it is a 9-mana card, so it should do that. Frantic Search, you got it. So they're just going to Shallow Grave the Archon. I will concede to that. Ah, Animate Dead off the Frog. Yeah, I'll just concede to that. They got it. See you all next round. Alright, we're playing against Nolly. We're going to go first. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. It's got a curve. I need to draw 1 land to do everything, but Endurance into Ulvenwald Oddity is kind of a fast clock. Teleport Glucket Fun. And they mulliganed. Excellent. I can hold up Endurance. I'd rather have them counter that than the Oddity, I guess. There's a Forest. Sure. I will flash in Endurance at the end of their turn. I'm gonna do it now, in case they have Mana Drain. Okay, exile your Graveyard. Okay, nothing there. Yeah, we're gonna play the Oddity. If they Mana Drain it, so be it. Counterspell is much better than Mana Drain. Attack for 3. Next turn, I get to play Nissa. Start making some dudes. Although if they're doing literally nothing, maybe I shouldn't play Nissa. Hopefully I draw something better. Boseiju. Go Forest. Attack for 3. Yeah, I'm just gonna force them to do something, I guess. That could have been a mistake. But like Daze, Spell Pierce, there's so many things that just get me here. Remand they put on the bottom? Yeah, they definitely have something here. Okay, they get to draw a card, no hand size. And if you drew more than 1 card, you can grow a creature. Yep, I will play a 6 after I attack. Okay. Go Forest. They let 6 resolve. Maybe they didn't have any counter magic. I could Boseiju the Prophet, or I can wait to retrace the Ulvenwall Oddity. Spellseeker grabs Time Walk, probably. This is at the beginning of combat on your turn. So if they Ancestral, I guess I will kill the Prophet's Eidetic Memory. Flash. Okay. Well, I don't love that. Is Flash just the new broken thing to do? I'm just gonna go for Nissa. They Spell Pierce her. I guess I could have played around that. But now they can't Flash, and I can attack with both of these. Ugh, I milled all my good cards. Okay, so I can play those things, but I only have the 1 land in hand, so we'll wait. Sacrifice a non-token creature of their choice. I will sacrifice birds. Caustic Bronco. You got it, friend. 2 mana up. 1 card in their hand is Flash. I think I'm just gonna retrace the Ulvenwald Oddity. So they have to chump block here. We'll start there. Okay, they do have Flash. God, okay, well, that's really bad. They had Flash Worldspine. I mean, that was literally the last 2 cards in their hand, and I missed on the thing. Yikes! I lose my whole board. I'm pretty much just dead now. Yeah, I mean, I guess I know they tutored for Flash, but they didn't do it last turn, which would have suggested to me like they don't have something. Yeah, I don't know. If I don't attack there and just play Nissa and they don't have Flash, maybe that's just safer. Because I could have played Nissa and made a 7/7. Yeah, alright, they got me. Alright. Okay. Um, I guess now I know. Yeah, we'll run it back. Let's go first. This hand's pretty slow. I think I'm gonna mulligan. This hand is better. I'm gonna keep this, and I'm gonna get rid of the Vaultborn Tyrant. And we're gonna go turn 1 Deathrite Shaman. I could turn 2 Strip Mine, but I'm probably better off playing 6 and then Strip Mining. They milled a Master of Death, which I could exile with Deathrite Shaman as well. I'm kind of into it. We could do that. I'm not mad about that play. That lets me Natural Order next turn, and they don't have Spell Pierce up anymore. Let's just do that. Mox Pearl Forest. Exile this one. Green. Natural Order for Woldspine Worm. Oh. I almost wonder if getting back Titania is better because I get back Strip Mine and Strip Mine them again. Actually, I think that's better. Yeah, that seems good. Okay. Alright. We're both doing unfair things. On the draw... Yeah, we can beat a Worldspine Worm now that we know about it. Any other thing they flashed in I could have beaten, I think. This one has Sylvan Safekeeper and Titania. I'm gonna keep this. It's a little bit slow, but I do get a Green Suns for a Mana Elf. I guess I just get to play a Mana Elf now. Yeah, this game is just a pure race. There's almost 0 interaction happening here. Caustic Bronco. Okay. Well, it's not Flash, so happy about that. I need to think about this a little bit. I could just play 6, which does mill me, which sets up for Titania. That also lets me save my Green Sun Zenith. Or I can Green Sun Zenith for the 1/4 that can add a bunch of mana. And then I play Titania, and then I'm set up next turn. And the 1/4 can block the Caustic Bronco. Let's do that. Fnatic of Ronus, right? Yeah. That makes sense to me. Then if I draw like the Blitz card, I can just I can really do some stuff. This card is being a little problematic, but I could cycle it and then play Titania. Okay, well, at least I get to see Counterspell. Good to know about, I guess. So they're holding up Counterspell and Flash. They almost certainly counter 6. Part of me thinks, though, that I just want to do Sylvan Safekeeper and then cycle the Proving Ground. I could also just jam 6 into Counterspell because they are drawing cards every turn. Actually, yeah, it worked out, like, this curve worked out really well for them. I guess I do just jam 6 into a Counterspell. I don't think I'm winning if this game goes later because they're drawing cards off the Caustic Bronco and I'm not pressuring them. Manifold? Sure. Okay, they've been a Worldspine Worm, so it's not in their hand, I can guarantee that. They could hit it off Caustic Bronco and die. Come on. Oh. Yeah, wait, Caustic Bronco in a Worldspine Worm deck. I know they can saddle it and then kill me, right? But that is funny. Okay, Green Sun Zenith is good. I mean, we're just gonna go big here, so let's see what happens. Play Titania. Remand, yeah. Okay. Not great. Let's see what they got next turn. Spellseeker for Flash, probably. They're thinking about it, which is a good sign. I think Titania beats Worldspine Worm. They're just getting Ponder. That's a great sign. Okay, Prophet's Eidetic Memory. So they're gonna grow their creature. He's a 4/4 now. So I will take 4. Can they just hit a Worldspine Worm, please, and die? Swamp on top. I think they've hit all lands, too. It's a cool card. I mean, I love Dark Confidant, so hard to complain. And I just gotta hope they don't have... I mean, they have Spell Pierce, I saw. Pest Infestation doesn't do a ton. We'll just play Titania, see what happens. Man, Magic Online really does not want me to cast spells here. Alright, we'll come back when it lets me play it. Petty Theft, my Sylvan Safekeeper. That's fine. I'm gonna sacrifice a land to give this Shroud. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. This worked out really well, actually. Now I get the land back for free. And they're tapped out. Okay. What do I want to do now? I have 5 mana. I can Green Sun Zenith for 4. I can Pest Infestation to kill Prophet's Eidetic Memory and Mana Vault. I just have a bunch of blockers. I think Green Sun Zenith for 4. This can grab. Probably just Ulvenwald Oddity. That's just so much power. The problem is this all kind of loses to Flash Hulk. Or Flash whatever. But I could just flip this next turn with all the mana that I have, and then things go really crazy. Kaldaya Guardian is also good. I get 2 1/1 green-white citizens, but I think the Oddity's just better. Play this, and attack them with the Oddity. Okay, they concede. Alright, that deck was so sick. Return to game. So I was gonna make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25 power with Titania, and that's hard for them to beat. Yeah. Wow, what a game. Let's return to details. I don't actually know how to do any of that to look at the deck. Primary deck? I don't know how to look at the deck. So thank you so much for watching. The deck was... Oh, deck? Magic Online is baffling. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.